Welcome into the halftime show here on the PAC Sports Network. And right now we are joined by Allegheny women's basketball player Emily Lauer. Emily, thanks so much for joining us today and for being here with us on the halftime show. How's the season been going so far for you individually, but also for the Gators?
Honestly, for me personally, my teammates make it really easy for me. I'm like running down the court, and Jess Bicker and Sophia Gennaro are always hitting me with the long pass. And then you have Sarah Santacola underneath, rebounding the ball and blocking shots. But for the team, we just really came together this year. We have a lot of young people on our team. We knew that we were going to have a lot of ups and downs this season, but whenever we're focused and poised and everyone works so hard, like we're capable of really great things.
Well, I know you mentioned having a lot of newcomers on the team this year. What's it been like getting them acclimated to not only just college basketball, but how you guys do things at Allegheny?
Yeah, they stepped in really good into their positions. We have two big posts with Sarah Santacola and Kate Leach and Jess Bickert bringing down the ball. They've really just stepped into their roles and they're doing really great. And we all just like appreciate everything that they're doing and that they stepped in so willingly into that position.
Well, it's great that you've been able to have teammates that can, not only, facilitate you the ball, but also just step into those roles and kind of just easily assimilate themselves right into the flow of things at Allegheny. But Emily, I want to get into your career and just kind of walk our way to where you're at today. What ultimately led you to Allegheny? I mean, what was it about wanting to become a Gator that drew you to the school?
I was looking for a college that was close to home, but also had a good pre-health program. And Allegheny was that college for me. I wasn't really thinking about playing basketball in college, but I had reached out to the coaches and I decided that was something that I wanted to do. And I'm super grateful that I had the opportunity to do that.
Well, I know that you come from Allegheny having a fantastic high school career, scoring over 1,000 points in your career, and you actually were not aware that you had 1,000 points or were nearing that number when you entered into your senior season. How shocked were you when you found out that you were that close to 1,000? And then what was it like scoring that milestone?
That was a crazy year. I had gotten the email from our athletic director, and it was one of those things where I was like, wow, like I didn't even know I was close, but I wanted it. But then there was also that part where there was still COVID. So I knew that anything could happen at any time. That season was really good, and I'm really grateful and blessed that I got to score 1,000 points.
I know that you did it at home, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the next game was on the road for you guys. So I'm sure it was very exciting to be in front of a home crowd. What did that mean to you to be able to score that number in front of your own home crowd?
It meant so much, especially because we were only allowed to have two tickets for our families to get into each game. They gave me a little extra ticket so that I could get other family members into the games. So I was super grateful for that. And then if it was an away game, I obviously wouldn't have had those same fans there. So I was just super grateful that all of the fans that have been there throughout my high school career that weren't able to come the whole season were able to be there for that. And that was just like a really great moment for me to have them in the stands for me in that moment.
Well, I know that you carried that really strong scoring ability over to college and you've really made kind of a smooth adjustment. What do you think it's been in your game and just how you play basketball that has allowed you to make that easy transition from high school to college?
I always work really hard, like in the summer and the off season. I'm always shooting. We have like a basketball court outside at home. So I'm always out there. Even like in season, I'm shooting on the gun and getting into the gym with Coach Jess and Coach Kelly. It's always very helpful in developing new skills that I can perfect.
Well, I know last year you competed in the North Coast Athletic Conference, and now this year you're the newest member of the President's Athletic Conference, the PAC. What was it like hearing that you guys were going to be switching conferences?
Honestly, the biggest thing was travel. Whenever we were in the North Coast Athletic Conference, we were having to travel sometimes 3 hours to games, and that's a lot. Having to leave class early and going on those long road trips, having to stay over. It's been a great transition having like being near home. We only have to travel like maybe an hour and a half. It's been super nice for us.
Yeah, that's got to be really, really nice. You're not waking up, 3 or 4 hours later for class and whatnot. So I'm sure a very welcomed adjustment for you guys. But Emily, it's been great to have you here on the PAC Sports Network halftime show. Before we let you run, just want to hear from you. What do you think it's going to be really important, very instrumental for your team to make a really big run in the postseason and ultimately to a PAC title?
I think we have a really good chance. We're a really young team, but this team has a very hard work ethic. Everyone's always in the gym shooting. I think that we just have to stay focused and poised, and we're really great. So I think that we're capable of making it really far.
Well, Emily, thanks again so much for joining us on the PAC Sports Network halftime show. And again, we wish you guys nothing but luck moving forward.
Thank you for having me.
That's Allegheny's Emily Lauer. Folks, don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back for more second half action right here and only on the PAC Sports Network.